The last time that you talked to him, at what time that was, over?
I have to check with the mate on it, but it must have been right around 7:15, our time, Eastern Standard Time.
This is just Roger. So also, did you come about or alter your course in any way to look for him, over?
Negative. I got seas going right across my deck here now. I did not. 3 hooks were coming right up in his vicinity, but no, I didn't.
Anderson, this is Goose Sue. Roger. Thanks for that information, sir, and I'll get back to you if we come up with anything, over.
Okay, W4005.
Listen, Arthur Anderson, Goose Sue, 1622.
About 22.
Anderson, this is Goose Sue. Roger, sir. Anderson, this is Goose Sue. Roger, sir. Have the 3 vessels that were up past you yet, over?
That is Charlie. We were meeting the one, and I was asking him if he could pick up anything in the radar, and he couldn't. And I don't know, that was an entry. He was the second one out.
This is Group 2, and just for confirmation, sir, he couldn't see any lights pick him up on radar either, is that correct?
No, I don't know. I thought we were picking him up on radar when I come up here to wheelhouse and talked to the mate. The sea return is real bad, but we thought we had the target. But I don't know. Now I wonder.
This is Group 2, Roger. Thanks very much, sir.
34005. Group 2, here's the mate. He was up here with the whole thing was going on. Maybe you could get some better information from him. I might have been wrong on some of what I was giving you.
Lansing, Group 2, wait, out. Fitzgerald, this is Group 2. Roger, sir. Right now, we have the information we need. I can go back over it with the mate just to make sure, though. The questions we had were, what time was the last time that you had any comms or that you noticed you had the Fitzgerald in front of you, over?
1900. 1900, he was approximately 15 miles from the high hump at Crisp Point. That's when I was talking to him. He was 15 miles from the land.
So, I understand you had him visually and on the radar, and you lost him in both respects.
No, I didn't have him visually. I had him on the radar. He was exactly 10 miles ahead of us. I asked him at the time how everything was going. Just wait one. I asked him how he was making out with his problem. He said he lost those vents and he had a lift, and he said he was holding his own. The last time I talked with him, he said he was holding his own, and that's the last time I lost contact after that.
This is Goose Roger. Goose Roger, so that was approximately 1900, correct?
All right. We held him on the radar up to... Well, we started getting a lot of sea return, probably around between 8 and 9 miles, and when he got in the sea return, we turned the other radar on, and we really wasn't sure of any definite target after that.
This is Group 2, roger that, and also, I understand there were 3 upbounders that were to keep an eye out for this, for the Fitzgerald, and they passed with negative contact, is that correct?
Roger on that. We tried to call him about 6 or 8 times on emergency FM and emergency FM, and every day, and we cannot reach.
This is Goose Roger, and can you give me an idea of what the distance between the ships that were passing each other between the upbounders and downbounders was, over?
Well, he was, say, approximately 2 miles to the east of the course that we came down on off of Whitefish Point, so the upbounders that we met, they should have been just about in the reverse course line of what he was coming, or maybe a mile to the west of that.
This is Goose Roger, sir. Thank you for that information. One other thing, just for confirmation, they saw no lights, and they picked him up. They did not pick him up on radar. But at the same time, you were tracking the 3 upbounders on radar. Is that correct, Owen?
All right. We were picking up 3 upbounders up on radar, of course, outside of the sea return ring, down around Whitefish Point. And the lookout up here was keeping a lookout because at the time I said he was 10 miles that we should see his lights, and the lookout was keeping a lookout. We never seen any lights or flares or anything.
Anderson, this is Group 2. Roger, thank you for that information, and we'll get back to you if we need any further, over.
Hey, Roger. W4805, the Anderson.
Group 2, Roger, sir, can you give me the names of the 3 upbound vessels that were supposed to look for the Fitzgerald, over?
I didn't get that. I didn't copy that.
Anderson, this is Group 2. Can you help me out, sir, with the names of the 3 upbound vessels that were to pass the Fitzgerald? We know one of them was the Manfred. Do you have the names of the other 2, over?
Two control. Two control.
Two control.
Yeah, you were coming in broken up. I couldn't read anything. Mr. Anderson.
Anderson, this is Control. Roger, we'd like to know the names of the 3 vessels that were supposed to pass upbound. We know one was the Manfred. Were the other 2 saltwater vessels also?
Buzz.
Anderson, Control. Question, say again?
The other one was a Ben-Free and one was a Nan-Free. And I just talked to the Nan-Free again. He's right up in that area. I can still pick him up on the radar.
Roger, and the other was the Ben-Free. And also, there should have been a 3rd vessel. Was that the 8-4s, over?
I think I'd heard him talking before, yes.
This is Two Control. Roger. Stand by. Conditions, over?
Just a minute. The wind is about west-northwest 40 to 45 here. See, we're in the bay here now. The seas are not quite as bad, but out beyond the point there, we were taking water 6 feet high right across our deck.
Roger, sir. When you talk about 6 feet high across your deck, how much freeboard is that, over?
We've got about 10 feet. I estimated the waves for some of them, some of the big ones between 20 and 25 feet.
Roger, sir. Visibility?
Well, there was occasional snow squalls, but as a rule, good.
Roger, can you give me an estimate in distance? 10 miles?
Yes, all of that at times. I mean, it did diminish in squalls occasionally, but all of 10 miles. We're picking up the saltwater vessels coming down toward, well, we saw whitefish at about 20 miles.
Are there any other vessels transferring either downbound or upbound in that area, over?
Those 3 saltwater vessels are in the area. One of them is up past the area now, but when we last had contact with him, they made us talk to him at about 10 minutes after 7, 1910, and he said he was going along fine and no problems. Except that he didn't have a radar, and that's when the mate gave him his position, the 15 miles north of the Chris Point at 144 degrees. What was it? Was it 100? He said we told him the last time he's just 15 miles from that big high landing back of Chris Point. North of it.
Roger, sir. Thank you very much for that information. If we need anything else, we'll be contacting you. I have negative for here. Still up.
Roger, W4805. Yes, this is the Anderson. See, I was just one more thing I was happened to think about. That Fitzgerald is a weather ship the same as we are. You might be able to check through Lorraine and see if through your stations up there on Grand Marais, so if he put in a position or a weather report.
Roger, sir. We've been in contact with Station Grand Marais. They report that they've heard nothing of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Over.
No, I was just wondering, he is a weather ship. He could have put it in Lorraine or any place. I was just wondering whether you could check through on that.
The answer, this is Two Control. Roger, we'll follow up on that. What's your present position on the weather conditions, over?
We're down here about 2 miles off of Parisian Island right now. We were just getting ready to call you and give our time at Parisian, but the wind is west-northwest about 40, 45 here in the bay. But outside there, I took one seal. I got 10.5 feet of freeboard, and I got the extra deck back there, and I took one up around the lifeboat, so there was some very heavy seas occasionally.
This is Two Control. Is it calming down at all, do you think?
In the bay here it is, but the way the fellows, I heard a couple of fellows I saw was talking up there, a couple of them wish they hadn't gone out.
To control, Roger. Did you pass anybody else that was upbound that's just recently?
Negative. The last three we met were those three saltwater vessels, the Nan Free, the Ben Free, and I can't remember the name of the other one.
This is to control, Roger. We have it. Do you think there's any possibility that you could come about and go back there and do any searching? Over.
Oh, God, I don't know. That sea out there is tremendously large. If you want me to, I can, but I'm not going to be making any time. I'll be lucky to make 2 or 3 miles an hour going back out that way.
This is to control, Roger. Well, you have to make the decision as to whether you would be happy or not. But you're probably one of the only vessels right now that can get to the scene. We're going to try to contact those saltwater vessels and see if they can't possibly come about and come back also. But I understand you are alerted, is that correct?
The radar here 10 minutes ago, and they were right up to that area.
This is to control, Roger. We will contact them and see if we can't get them to search in the area also. We're trying to get a Coast Guard aircraft launch to come up to the area, but I would say things look pretty bad, like she may have split apart at the seams like the Morale did a few years back. Over.
This is just what I'm wondering, because the mate come up here, we laid it off, and the last known position that we had on them was 14 miles west of Copper Mine Point. And now, we had been told, we just talked to him, about 10 after 7, and he said everything was fine, and of course with the sea return, never thought anything about it. But we saw there should have been ring buoys with lights on them flashing, and the visibility was good.
This is to control, Roger. And you are definitely sure that he was ahead of you, is that correct?
That is Charlie, yes, and the wind was west-northwest out there, steady 55, gusting to 70.
To control, Roger. Well, again, you think you could come about and go back and take a look in the area? Over.
I'll go back and take a look, but God, I'm afraid that I'm going to take a hell of a beating out there on it. And if they could get a search, if you could get a chopper over there, they'd be blowing over toward Copper Mine Point, and I don't know how far in there I could get. Let me take a look at the chart again.
Roger, standing by 22.
Been there a little ways, but there's also 4 boats under Whitefish. I'm clear out here to Freezing Island, but I'll turn around and give it a whirl, but God, I don't know. I'll give it a try. Chuck, there's 4 vessels under Whitefish, too. You better pack those anchors again. Do you read that, to control?
This is to control, Roger. This is the captain of the port speaking. That would be good if you could turn around and head out that way, and we're going to try to get as many other vessels that can possibly get underway and proceed to that area. Over.
Do you realize what the conditions are out there? Hello, do you realize what the conditions are out there, don't you?
It's to control, affirmative. From what your reports are, I can appreciate the conditions. Again, though, I have to leave that decision up to you as to whether you'll be hazarding your vessel or not. If you think you can safely go back into the area, I would request that you do so, but I have to leave that decision up to you. Well,
I'll go out and take a look, but I know when I was about 15 miles above Whitefish, we took a sea right over the top of the hatch crane up here, and that's 8 feet up in the water, too, so I don't know whether I can do it or not. I'll give it a try, but that's all I can do.
To control, Roger. Keep me posted on your progress, and we'll be back in touch with you. Over.
Okay, the B-45.
Missing Edmund Fitzgerald in your area. Request you search an area 15 miles due west, Copper Mines Point, Ontario, and 15 miles north of Cliff Point. Over. Sir, that was the last known position of the Edmund Fitzgerald at approximately 7:10 local time tonight. This control request to know if you will be able to come to a dead slow and still maintain headway, sir.
Through control, Captain of the Port speaking. We have no other vessels in that vicinity right now. Or I guess I should say there are several other saltwater vessels there that we're also trying to have assist in the search. But it looks from the information that we have that it's fairly certain that the Fitzgerald went down. And we're talking now about a matter of life and death and looking for survivors that might be in life rafts or in the water. And we can only ask the masters to do the best without hazarding their vessel. If you think it would be unsafe and would hazard your vessel, then you have to do whatever best you can. But if you could come about and head into the sea and try to stay in that area, and maybe we could pick up some survivors. If not at night, then maybe at first light. Over. Roger, we would appreciate that. Anything that you can do. If the captain feels it would unduly hazard his vessel to come about, then he should not do so. Over. Okay, go ahead. Humphrey, this is to control. Did you overhear what I was saying to Captain O'Brien, and how did you feel about coming about and searching in that area? Over. To control, Roger, understand. Request you to do the best you can and see if you could sight any sign of any lights in the water, or any debris, or any life rafts, or anything that might indicate survivors from the vessel. Over. Control, Roger, I understand. We'll be standing by on 16. Give us a call if you what progress you make and any sightings. Over.
Who are the other ships out there? Downbound or upbound? Well, okay, if you hear anything at all, Bernie, give me a call, eh? Yeah. Well, that's bad. Well, let's hope he just got radio problems. Yeah, I don't, you could have, we hope you lost him in the sea return, that's all. Yeah. No. Well, how far away from him were you, Bernie, when you lost sight of him or lost contact with him? You never did, eh? Yeah. Well, take it easy, Bernie. What station did you call me through? Oh, I see, yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. Find out there, will you, Bernie? Did you say he snapped some bits off? Chance he got down in there ahead of you. Well, what was the last position that the Fitzgerald had of his own, that he got on his own? Well, that's what I say. What was his last position that he had on his own? Could you possibly have had the wrong ship or a false target or anything? Well, had the Fitzgerald seen anything himself to check on his position? No possibility then that he was someplace else, that you had the wrong ship, or we're talking to the wrong ship or anything. Okay, that answers that, I guess. Well, do you run approximately the same speed? Yeah, well.
problem.
On the weather bureau, because all the weather slips, so we're going to put in the weather report on.
Yeah. Well, okay then, like I say, let's hope it's just radio problem.
I'm afraid, John.
Yeah. Well, okay, Bernie, take it easy.
I'll take care, John.
Yeah, all right.
All right, that'll be for you. I'll catch
What
up.
happened?
I found information concerning Edmund Fitzgerald.
Yes, we have.
Roger, sir. Would there be any way possible that you would be able to get underway and search for survivors?
I'll have to notify the captain and call you back.
All right, so be standing by.
Point fast, so I'm heading up as close as I dare to Pancake Shoal, and then I'll come back up on that, right ahead, put my stem right into the wind.
Roger, I understand that you have come about and started the search. Is that correct?
Negative, not yet. I'm under check. I'm not up to the position to start yet.
All right, sir. Question, keep us advised.
Yeah, that's pretty good setting you're running out here. I just can't picture it.
Okay, Roger, you think the wind is abating a little bit, over?
It seems to be moderating a little bit right now, and at least I hope so. That low is moving pretty fast, and we're on the back side of it. I have high hopes that it'll ease up, but there is a huge sea out here.
That's good control, Roger. We talked to the Weather Bureau also, and they said it had reached its peak and was coming down a little bit, and they expected that by morning it should be down somewhere around 15 to 20 sometime in the morning.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, if you're going to start your search, the way the wind and the sea has been out there, the searches, I think it should be conducted from the land side out first.
Mr. Control, Roger, I was saying over there by Pancake Shoal is a pretty good spot.
Yeah, just like when we were in with a search for the other boys that were up off here before, I was involved with that, and they wound up at Pancake Shoal.
Mr. Control, Roger, you're heading on a north-westerly course now?
I'm heading almost north-northwest, so I can get up close to Pancake Shoal and go out on a heading with my stem right into the eye of the sea.
Mr. Control, Roger, and you're riding the speed pretty good now?
Well, I'm under check. I haven't got the full force of them yet, but they're still big. I'm still getting a little bit of a lead from whitefish yet, but I've got it under check here right now.
Roger, so what about what speed would that use normally?
Well, it would normally be around 9-10 miles an hour, but we'll be making a lot less than that.
Roger, appreciate your help, and we're trying to get a couple other vessels up there from Whitefish Point also.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It seems funny. I mean, we've been shadowing them all the time, and then they started looking for them, they couldn't find them.
And we can tell, Roger, and no spot of them. That's the thing that really strikes me is that you didn't even have time to give us the distress call. You have no contact on radar, and that's the vicinity at the present time. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah, I can see the two saltwater vessels up there now. They're 4, 8, 12, 16. One is about 17 miles, and one is 20. They're not making any time at all. They're making a mile to $1. They're heading up into that big sea. But the thing about it was, we come up there, we called the Fitzgerald to check on him and see how he was doing. And the last contact we had with him, he said, well, he was going along fine and holding his own and no problem. And then he kind of relaxed a little bit, you know, and he was in the sea return. And then when we couldn't see his lights, we figured we should be checking him a little bit because he checked down and then he just wasn't there. Did you say that you had a couple of his nuts come off and was taking some water? Yeah, that's the reason he asked. So, Roger, we're getting an aircraft control in the area now. We'll be back with you. Wait, let us know the progress, all right? Yeah, well, to the 3-6 at the Pancake Shoal. Sir, and the last known position of the vessel was 15 miles due north of Cliff Point, over. 7236, Roger. All right, Roger. But if there's any way possible for you to talk to Curtis or survivors, would be greatly appreciated without risking any lives or danger aboard the vessel. That's what I understand. As I say I'm up in Gooley Bay here, and for me to get going and get out of here, and with the gyro, the particular thing, as I came out of the slew there this afternoon in that 55-mile-an-hour wind there, and we got going around and tried to make the ranges. Fortunately, we were able to get the ranges, and I could work there magnetically, but as I say, I'd get out there without a gyro and getting absolute course lines, and that I'd be in jeopardy with my crew.
Master, we request then that any time that you do decide to get underway, you do keep a sharp eye for possibly debris or any survivors.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're monitoring all the radio conversations there, and it's one of those things that occurred. I would be more than willing to go out there, but with the situation with the gyro that I have here, I have problems. So constantly, I don't want to jeopardize the vessel of my crew.
Master, received that much so long.
Q-Motor, what's the rest of the GM96 Wi-Fi cleared?
Get underway. The common working frequency would be channel 12, on that over. Zoo Control 7236, roger, and are they commercial vessels, over? 7236, Zoo Control, the Anderson, motor vessel Anderson is the vessel that's presently coming around getting underway. The Hillamar Jane is also getting underway, also a commercial vessel, over. 236, what was that last vessel? Hillamar Jane, over. Radio, what's that here?
That's the official for is the Edmund Fitzgerald. Standby one, let me get the Arthur Anderson on his frequency. He was the vessel that reported seeing the Fitzgerald disappear from his radar screen, and he was the last one that was in radar contact with him, and I also believe he will be the closest vessel to the scene as he gets back on scene there. But standby one, and we will get him on this frequency. Over.
Roger.
Yes, Anderson on call. The Arthur Anderson, this is Zoo Control. I have aircraft 7236, Coast Guard aircraft 7236 on scene. Do you see him, over? Negative. Where is his exact position? Does he have channel 16?
Arthur Anderson, Coast Guard, 7236, channel 12.
Yes, this is, can you see us coming out here? I don't spot you at all.
I've got 5 vessels out here.
Well, I'm the one that's heading out. I'm almost out to Whitefish Point. Can you see the point there?
Roger, can you flash your lights on?
I'll put my searchlight in the sky.
Sounds good.
Do you see it?
Negative, we're looking at this time.
You pick me up yet?
Negative.
Oh, Coast Guard aircraft.
Anderson, 7236, negative. We have 2 ships close aboard Whitefish Point there. And presently 3.
They're in fact there north and west of Copper Mine Point. Whereabouts is your position at the present time?
It appears we're beam on Whitefish Point.
You should see us there. We're the only ship down here that's off of the point proper.
Roger.
7236, this is Zoo Control. There are a number, 3 or 4 vessels that are anchored right inside Whitefish Point in the lee there. But the Anderson is further out along the track line, heading towards Pancake Shoals. It's our recommendation that you search a line from Pancake Shoals to a point 15 miles north of Crisp Point. That was the last reported position of the Fitzgerald was 15 miles north, due north of Crisp Point, and with the wind blowing from the northwest, if there were any survivors, we would estimate that they should have drifted towards Pancake Shoals. Over.
Control 7236, repeat the last. I didn't get the drift on the survivors, over.
This is Zoo Control. With the wind blowing from the northwest at 40 to 50 knots, we would estimate that the survivors should have drifted towards Pancake Shoal from a point 15 miles due north of Crisp Point. Over.
7236, roger.
that all through control, Mr. Anderson?
Anderson through control. Request you stand by on this frequency and maintain comms with us and the aircraft. We will use this as the common search frequency. Over.
Roger. Hello, Coast Guard aircraft. Yes, I see you there now. We'll put our searchlight right on you.
Negative. I've got you in sight.
Okay, fine. That pancake shoulder area, do you have a little map there where it is?
Taking your traffic guard.
I said, do you have an area map there that shows pancake shoulder?
Affirmative.
Well, that wind was west-northwest and very steady from about the west-northwest all afternoon. That's absolutely wiry. Are you going to drop any further or anything out about this?
We have one forward. We're not planning on it at this time. But where was the ship? My ship in relation to the position of your position at this time, over.
Where would it be?
Yeah, where would I have been when you lost radar?
We lost contact. Well, the last known contact we had was 14 miles west of Copper Mine Point, but we don't know whether we had them later than that or not because of the tremendous heat to return on our radar.
Roger. Deal for you right now.
Okay, it's the V for you, fine.